So for a simple pendulum experiment, we had to create a pendulum out of items in our house. And so for my pendulum, I used a pencil, a string, an eraser cap as a bobber, and a protractor to measure angles. So for the first part of the experiment, we had to measure the amount of time it takes for the pendulum to swing back and forth 5 times at different string lengths. So essentially, you would just take this, move it back 5, let it go, and you would start a timer, and you would time, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then you count up to 5, and that's the amount of time it'd take for 5 oscillations. Then you would do 3 trials of this, except for each trial, you would test the string at different lengths, so how it is now. So after that first trial, I would simply just pull this down by removing the tape and such, and then do the exact same experiment again. And for this first part of the experiment, there would always be an angle displacement of 5, so you would always test it at 5 angles. And so that's how you do the first part of the experiment. For part 2 of the experiment, it was very similar, except you'd keep the string length at a uniform length, so you would not change the string length after each trial. But what you would change is you would change the angle displacement at which you started at. So for example, you would start at 5, test time 5 oscillations, do another trial, except you start at 10 degrees. Then you do another trial at 15 degrees, then 20 degrees, 25 degrees. Essentially, you just repeat this process until you reach 45 degrees, which was indicated in the manual. And then again, you'd be timing the time it takes for it to swing 5 times. And you just mark it down and then calculate the angular frequency with the things you measured in the experiment.